is this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Jameis to throw it. That's caught left side by Judy. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Winston. He completes it to Julio Jones. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Great. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And he might have gotten that yard back, and that's about it, as he'll take it only up to about the 20. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. You look at this Browns defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
3rd down and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
They keep it with Barkley on first down, and he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The Eagles at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. They'll run it again with Barkley.
To the 36-yard line. Stop there. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Up the middle with Barkley.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Set.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line.
Hit and drop behind the line by Shelby Harris.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
We're scoreless after 1.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Great. Set.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jahan Dotson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. From the gun, Winston.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Wait. Tommy! Follow! Wait.
Now Winston. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Returning it is Moore. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3.
Dá a bola, pico. Dá a bola, pico. Ready. Easy, 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 easy. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Let him go.
Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Ready.
Now Winston. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Ready.
Put a man in motion left, Ridley.
Let him go.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Right. Let him go.
To throw, Winston. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Reed Blankenship.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Vamos, 50. Flip. Easy.
Throwing, Winston.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Great. Set.
Barkley inside handoff, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Third down and 13.
No touch that. Ben! Ben! No touch.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield. And they'll say actually right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now Jameis going to change things up. Winston now from the 50. They'll get this to Nwangu. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Ready? Green, triple team.
Here's Winston. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And this is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 40 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. Hopkins with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line.
ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
No touch that. No touch.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
No touch that. No touch.
A first down carry for Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every season and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
Hurts.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Great, set. Yanni. Go Silver, ready? No touch.
Back to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
White. Ready. Tommy. Easy. Follow. Wait.
Here's Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Vaughn coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Ready. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Flip. Where we go?
Winston now. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35.
That's a bull, man. Terrible pass.
Play that time for Cleveland. 58 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. To throw is Winston.
Again, it's OBJ, back-to-back catches.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready. Where we go?
Handoff right side to Wangu.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Ready.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready. Where we go?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Browns have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Great, set. Call up Yeti. Tiger Hornet. No touch.
Looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
No touch, set. No touch.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
And they'll get... as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Great, set. '73. No touch.
Back to throw again. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Already a terrific receiver, Brown has taken his game to another level since arriving in Philadelphia. He's totaled just under 3,000 receiving yards over the last 2 years, and he's someone who raises the ceiling of the entire offense whenever he's out there. His goal for this season, get Philadelphia back to the Super Bowl with a chance to win it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll look to throw again. Staying on his feet.
And he is caught. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown!
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kene Nwangu with his fourth rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Great, set.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
No touch.
On 3rd down, Barkley.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that,
I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Crowd left Yeti. Alpha.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Ready.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Ready. Green, triple team. Let him go.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And room there to work it inside the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Ready. Wait. Good.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away.
Hopkins' kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Great. Set.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here now, 3rd down.
Great. Set.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Able to avoid him at the 40.
He may go. Saquon Barkley.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Cleveland, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.